Welcome back to another week in review with us. So, Quint, what's going on in the world and the markets today?
Well, first of all, I have to apologize because I am dealing with a Kentucky
you
weather.
Sound terrible.
Yeah, I was going to say I feel terrible, but I don't actually feel terrible. I just have a Kentucky-induced nasal issue going on, which is this time of year when it's like 20 degrees one day, 60 degrees at 2 o'clock, and then 20 degrees at night. Anyways, allergies are awful, so bear with me. So a lot going on, actually, in the markets right now. As you know, this week we've got a nice little bounce going, quite a respite in the market, quite a change that we've seen, and it really comes with a lot of news transpiring. This is a news-driven market. Fundamentals are totally out the window. If fundamentals were in play right now, markets, many stocks and companies would not be this cheap. There are so many that are on just bargain basement sale. But nonetheless, we started off the week with a pretty significant bounce on headlines that peace talks were moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very tough to sort of sink our teeth into. I don't think you can invest on a strategy like that. Well, actually, none of this stuff you can really invest on, but nonetheless, it's important to talk about. But it's hard to sink your teeth into that because we just don't know. And I think we're to the point now where anything that comes out as far as the war is concerned, we question, right?
Yeah.
And we really don't believe it. But it's not to say it's not possible. And ironically, both Monday and Tuesday were pretty positive days, and they didn't give it back. So the market seems to be hinting at there's some sort of resolution or something transpiring. Again, have no idea what's going to happen. But Wednesday... Sorry, I interrupted
I was gonna say Wednesday.
Wednesday was fascinating.
Mm.
I find this. If obviously most of our viewers are not going to, hopefully, not watch the market every day unless you just want to elevate your blood pressure. But obviously we do. We watch it every day, all day. And environments like this, you barely sleep, right? Because there's so many things happening overnight as the world continues to go on, right? China, Asia, etc., Europe. But Wednesday was fascinating because we came in a pretty strong, move early on in the day. Again, continued a momentum around the positive news flow coming out of Ukraine and Russia, and then the Fed was set to announce. There was no surprise in what they were going to do. Jerome Powell did a really nice job telegraphing that we're going to raise 25 basis points. He did that weeks ago. So they came out, we're raising 25 basis points. However, there was an interesting caveat in the statement that threw a wrench into the market immediately. And that was the fact that all 9 board members, or whatever the number is, the average consensus of the interest rate hikes for the rest of the year were seven rate hikes.
Yeah.
Okay? Every meeting from here on out. Well, we've been talking about this a lot. Holy cow. Like, why? And that's not good for the markets. And I'm not saying higher interest rates isn't a positive. It's a positive for many things, but the markets are certainly sensitive right now to that. Well, market reversed hard, went red, gave all the gains back for the day until Jerome Powell started speaking. And it was fascinating because as he took questions and as he continued to speak, the market reversed, moved higher, and closed well into the highs of the day, far higher than they were in the morning. And you know why? Because he basically said to everybody, we're going to wait and see.
Right.
That was the if you could boil down what he said in that meeting, it was, yes, these are our dot plots, but there's so many uncertainties, we're going to wait and see. And participants, you'd have to be living under a rock not to realize how on edge this economy is with what's happening. Inflation is a byproduct, but the economy is really teetering if we continue to see pricing pressures increase and war escalate and the market goes down. And what that will do, that will initially curb demand and therefore lower inflationary pressures. So the market participants, we know that. We don't need the Fed to tell us that, and we don't need the Fed to add more, fire to that. So as he talked and basically confirmed, we're going to wait and see, the market was off to the races.
And even higher than it was at the morning.
Yeah, it was fuel to the fire. That probably was, a little short covering. I'm sure people, maybe got out or shorted on the drop and then had to cover, blah, blah, blah. But what I will say is this. Markets, I don't know if this is a bottom. I have no idea, what the news flow will be next week or tomorrow. However, as we've written about, there are so many areas now that are much better prices than they were a few months ago, and they're becoming a value. Now, it doesn't mean you indiscriminately run out and buy. That's reckless. So we need substance behind that. And so what we're going to be waiting for is more clarity on the war front. I don't think, just, hey, we're have peace or, whatever, and now we're off to the races. I don't think so. I think there's going to be some time, more clarity on the inflation front. So there's going to be time to engage. And for example, we have cash. We've had cash on the sidelines. I think we've handled this decline extremely well for clients. And so we'll be looking to place that back in time. There's no rush, but ultimately it's much better picture out there right now as we sit here than it's been in several weeks.
Yeah, it's been weeks since we've actually talked about positive market news that's going on. But we've also been talking about the Blue Spring thing, and that's been a big aspect of the last couple of weeks. So what's going on in that front?
Nothing much to report other than I thank all of our clients who got the consent forms back. We had to have you sign. Some of you did not. That's okay. We'll reach out. I think we have a hard copy going out, but it's effectively, almost done, right? And again, as we've talked about so many times, clients won't notice a change. We're going to continue to doing what we're doing, managing accounts, working with you, et cetera. So navigating these markets is taking our efforts and 100% of our attention. There's one other last thing I want to mention, and this is totally different and kind of on the fly, but I think it's important to mention to all of our clients or people watching out there. There is a heightened increase of security and scams going on in the environment right now, and they're intense and complex. Two of which I will share is which have come to me and my wife, and we shut it down immediately. But one is a phone call, right, telling you that they're trying to approve an Amazon purchase. It's a large purchase. We've noticed that a Toyota or a Toyota Camry, I'm joking, but something is in your Amazon shopping cart. If that's not correct, press 1 to speak to a representative. Well, obviously, you're not ordering a TV or whatever, so your inclination might be to press 1. I didn't press 1. I hung up immediately, logged on to Amazon. There's nothing in my shopping cart. But if you press 1, you're going to end up talking to a representative who's going to try to convince you that someone has taken your information, they've purchased something, and they need your information to secure it or to kind of figure it out. Do not do it. The second one is, and this is heightened around tax season, there's going to be a lot of IRS calls. The IRS is calling. The IRS does not call you, okay? They do not call you. They send you a certified letter. They do not call you. They do not email you. So be aware that those are scams as well. I know we didn't set to talk about that, but I got one this morning, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's important to note. So there you go.
All right, great. Well, everybody out there, stay safe. Enjoy the nice weather that we've been getting around here, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.